Hello everyone, this is the William Red Fox, and today we've got another tutorial video. So, I was asked on a comment just to make a tutorial of this little build here, which was a house I did in my hardcore world that didn't last too long. Now, I never really showed how to make the house, I just did a time-lapse of me building it up level by level. So, I will actually go through and do a proper time-lapse of this, well, not time-lapse, but a showing of how to build this stage by stage, and then, yeah, you guys can do what you want with it. But yeah, just to show off the house, I wanted to make a quick little scene just to show what a starter house sort of setting would look like. So you got like a little campfire in the middle, you got a wood shack over there, and a portal, and you got like little furnaces and like a little decorative farm with like a little furnace showing that it's heating it up to keep it warm. Little well, and then here, I actually quite like this. This is like a little enchantment in a boulder. I got this idea because there's like these little boulders all over around the place. So yeah, that was pretty good. Now for the house. So the house isn't that major, it's quite simple in design. It's just there so you've got plenty of storage and then a little bit on the extra here with a lot of furnaces and crafting tables. Then when you come up, it's just a simple bedroom. Now it is quite cozy and it's quite nice. I designed this just to be a simple little house because at the time the hardcore series I was doing, it was going to be that each house had a different feature. So for example, this house was a main house, the next house might have an enchantment room in it, the next one would then have a farm, things like that. Yeah, all in all, it's a very simple build. It's got basic materials, so if you're doing a first world, you can easily get everything that you need for this. So let's jump into the build of it, and I will discuss how each part's made and what you do. First off, the build is actually 15 by 19, so you can see here with the red square, that's going to be the sizing you're going to need for this. So I would suggest leveling the ground so that you can actually have the space you need. So now you want to start off with 3 steps in the front. Make sure it's 1 away from the border. And then from there, you want to put 2 blocks either way with spaces in between. Then follow the same pattern all the way up towards 1 block away from the far end red line. Then match up the stone stairs again so that you've got that, but instead put it with full blocks and then put 1 in the center so that it maps out properly. Then you want to put spruce logs in each of the corners. Once they're in place, you want to then fill in the rest with cobblestone around the edge. Then 2 blocks either side, you can have the spruce wood, then follow up with the cobblestone in the middle, lining up alongside where you've placed the wood. Then in the middle part, you want to just simply fill it with wool rug to act like a carpet. Now this next part's a little bit difficult to explain, so I'm going to let it show up on screen because it's so much easier just to follow it from visual, because I'll build it layer by layer. Now it's designed to look like a log cabin, so it's going to have the logs all as a frame, and then you simply put the stairs in between to make the slacks. Now you can duplicate this from the left side to the right, and then the front and back are the same. The only difference between the front and back is that there's a door in the front. You'll see that as a little bit further when you walk through. Next up, you use furnaces and crafting tables, as well as barrels to actually fill up the room, and then you follow the actual divides that have been put into the walls so that you can put spaces in between so it separates the two. You use spruce wood and shaven spruce wood so that you can actually make that a little bit nicer, and then put lanterns where needed so that you can finish off the lighting. Next up, you want to actually finish off the floor for the second floor and the roof for the first floor. To do this, you want to link all of the turn log points so that they all come across, so they all line up together. That way it forms like a support beam sort of look on the actual build. Then you want to fill in the middle bits with stairs. As you can see, I'm leaving where you should fill in the stair pieces. Make sure that they all connect as well. That way you get like a nice finish when you're in the underneath. And on top of that, where those blank spots are, you want to put half slabs. That way it just fills in and makes it a little bit more spacious on the roof, make it look a little bit bigger on the inside. For the roof, it's quite simply made, so I'm going to show you how that's done, and then you can simply replicate this in your world. Now, the pattern itself is quite simple and symmetrical, so what happens on the left side, you can do on the right side, and anything that happens on the front, you can do on the back. Now for the interior of the second floor, I just filled it with bookcases and beds. You can do this any way you like, but I felt like this just filled the space a bit better and looked really nice with the massive windows. And there you have it. That is absolutely everything, and yeah, it's a nice little build. It's quite simple in its design, and you will need to do things on the outside just so you can have additional things like farms and furnace arrays, that sort of stuff. But if you're looking for a nice little simple house just to start off with, this is perfect for that, and the materials are very easy to get. All you need is a pickaxe and an axe, and you can pretty much get everything you've got here. Now, if there's anyone else who wants any tutorials on any previous builds I've done, please do let me know. I'll be happy to make a video of them and just get them uploaded for you so you can build them in your own world. Now, this one is a little bit harder to adapt, but I would like to see how people would adapt this. You can use other wood types or try and use different stones. I don't know how that will work out, but it'll be interesting to see. Until the next video, I'll see you then.